Hey everyone, welcome back to the M&R Show. I'm Ron.
And I'm Malcolm.
Hey man. Hey.
Hey, man. It's a great day, man. Like, I know I don't even want to cut you off, Ron, because I'm just so excited. Well, I want to make sure everybody, Celtics, you know what I'm saying? Celtics.
So it's a lot of Celtics going on.
So,
Short shirt, hat.
hey, you already know it's a good day. Like, it's a good day, right, G? A good day, right?
Oh, it's a great day.
He looks like he's sulking right there.
Nah, it's a great day to be a Nets fan.
Oh, okay. You look depressed now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You look depressed now. Yeah, I need to get some excitement or something. Well, you can go ahead, Ron.
Hey, I mean, we when we talking about this Celtics Nets game, I mean, we want to hear the winner of the first game at least. We want to hear you first. What do you have to say, Malcolm, about the Celtics getting that win, especially with the last second shot?
Hey man, all I gotta say at the end of the day, superstars making superstar plays. That's what it is. So, we gotta understand. Jason Tatum has really improved so much as far as the season. Started the game, he wasn't really taking a lot of attempts, but he had 7 assists in the first half. So we seen different things that he has done as far as improvement in his game. As far as defense, we've seen the last possession as far as defense. Offensively, being able to move without the ball. He's not standing around the corner waiting for the ball, moving without the ball. And you don't have your face like this. You've seen the evolution of what Jason Tatum has done so far in that one game alone. One thing I have to say is that Boston has to continue. Their bench did not play good this game. I understand, it really was something that I feel like that we have to be better next game. Another thing is seeing Marcus Smart be a defensive player of the year, doing what he has to do. Kyrie made some very tough shots, but that's what Kyrie's there for. And that's what Kyrie does. But the fact that Marcus Smart put him in the position to be able to, make those tough shots, it's something that I'm able to live with, especially with the last seconds coming from the game. The Celtics team is a big team, and we can see that all along. We see with the Nets. Nets do not have the size to be able to play against a team like Boston at all. And we have to understand that. Another thing that we have to look at is the fact that Andre Drummond is their biggest X factor for the Nets as far as rebounding. Because at the end of the day, Boston Celtics was killing Brooklyn Nets on the board. And Andre Drummond is such a valuable piece in doing that. But with Rob Williams not playing, and you have a guy like Al Horford and Daniel Tice, it spreads the floor and moves Drummond out to the three-point line because they're both are three-point threats who will be able to shoot the three-point shot. So it really loses Andre Drummond's effectiveness as a whole. There's some questions I have as far as Steve Nash of not even putting a guy like LaMarcus Aldridge in the game, because I really thought that LaMarcus Aldridge would be perfect as far as the switching defense and stuff like that Boston has, because LaMarcus Aldridge can be able to spread the floor in a way where Kyrie and Kevin Durant will have more open lanes. So those are questions I have for Steve Nash, but at the end of the day, I am loving what Boston did. I hate how Boston is as far as crunch time, and I was getting a little worried because, at the end of the day, you still got Kyrie and Kevin Durant as close, as crunch time. They were down by 5 points with with over a minute to go, and they was able to make consistent plays and be able to do good, make the shots when need to be. And that's all I need. That's all I need to see from the Celtics. Improvement, something that they didn't do at the beginning of the season. Seeing that they've been able to do it this playoffs, improvement. But G, you can talk, G, because I see your face going different ways. I understand you had a depressed day, so I want you to be able to say what you have to say.
First of all, he was a little worried. That's cap. Two, let me address the LaMarcus part, because this has been on my timeline all day.
Yes.
Everybody be like, why won't you play LaMarcus? Because it's no way possible you can hide this fool on defense. Literally. It's no way possible. He's not a rim protector. You can't play drop. He's slow. You can't hedge. Oh, he's also slow. And he can't switch.
And he can't shoot the three.
Yeah, and at some point is what you getting offensively from him, especially when if Kyrie wasn't there, maybe you would need a LaMarcus for points. But at this point, what you get scoring wise isn't gonna offset what he's gonna give up defensively. Let's talk about the Nets. First of all, the Nets had surprisingly because watching the game, they had nearly 120 offensive rating and shot like 45% from three. And you know what's scary about that, Ron? Kevin Durant didn't play well. Now, one can say, oh, the Celtics defense is so good that KD's not going to have a great series, but I don't believe that. We can't stop Tatum. Like, yo, yeah, I got to give Tatum his props. It's crazy. We can't stop Tatum, but what we can do, your boy is going to be the reason y'all lose. Brown is going to be the reason y'all lose. I promise you, if y'all lose this series, it's going to be because of Jaylen Brown. Because he's not going to match our number 2. He's not going to match our number 2 at all.
He didn't look that scared today, though. He didn't look that scared today.
He didn't look that scared, but, you know, Ramadan, he was playing like trash first.
Hey, yo, chill out.
And I think our supporting cast offensively with Kyrie and KD, we can pull this series out. Now, what I can say about that last play, yo, what makes you laugh will make you cry. Because why the hell did Kyrie choose to keep dribbling the damn ball? Like,
that was a tough one, though. Because they closed that that was like a, what's it called?
They double teamed this.
It was like it was late in the clock a little bit, wasn't it? Like they like delayed the double team.
Yeah, they delayed the double. They waited till like it was like almost a little over 10.
And they put Al Horford because he's IQ to double him.
Pass the ball. Literally. All you gotta do is pass the ball. He tried to dribble through it. I said, yo, what the freak? And then that last play of the game, KD getting cut back door. Kyrie's not a rim protector.
Yeah, that wasn't the best switching right
Why did 2 people jump out for Marcus Smart from the 3? If Marcus Smart has to hit a game-winning 3, let him hit it. Why would you?
I don't. That just wasn't smart.
This team is so. It's like, bro, like no bull. Both teams on the hairline. Both teams should either be worried or happy. The Celtics can look at it like this. We was up 15. They had to do some crazy shit to come back, right? And we still won the game. Or you can look at it like, dang, we barely won and KD didn't even play good. And the Nets can be like, dang, we put in all that work, still lose. Yeah, or you can look at it like, well, we'll be all right. We know Kyrie gonna play good and we got the best player in the world. So it's gonna be a fun series. It's gonna be fun.
Hey, most definitely. But one thing I can say is your supporting cast did a very good job beginning the game to really keep this game going on. The thing is about y'all supporting cast is except for Bruce Brown, everybody else, they can give you offense, but no defense, and I think that's the point that we have to look at. You see Goran Dragic, he did a very good job, but defense, he was getting killed. Steph Curry in the beginning of the game, he was doing a very good job, but when he started missing shots, he was ineffective as far as what he's doing because Celtics were too big. One thing I could say is when Kyrie was going off, I loved it because at the end of the day, I love Kyrie, and I'm not going to say that I love Kyrie.
Hey, you said that.
That's what I'm saying. I respect Kyrie's game so much because I understand that he's a big shot maker. He loves how he feeds into the crowd. He does a very good job. But I understand when Kyrie gets going, it's going to be a Kyrie show. It's not going to be a Kevin Durant show. It's not going to be nobody else's show, no team show. It's going to be a Kyrie show. So I knew at the end, Kyrie was going to do what Kyrie was going to do to make that shot. And I think that was a good job for Udoka sending that late blitz, forcing Kyrie to be able to do what he has to do, or speeding his process up. Because at the end of the day, Kyrie wanted to make that. He wanted to take that shot. He literally wanted to take that shot.
He was going to take the shot 1-on-1, and I was for it. I mean, he was hot.
He should have just shot the fadeaway over 2 people at that point.
But then, they were shading because he looked for Durant, but they were shading Durant. He couldn't pass to Durant, not from that angle. So I think he tried to dribble it out. He wanted to get the ball to Dragic. But then Durant had the ball, and Durant could have passed the ball to Dragic, but Durant already knew he wanted to shoot. He wasn't passing the ball. He just wasn't passing it.
Just like you said, they got 2 elite closers in the game. So these 2 closers are going to be the people that's closing.
Yeah, they're closers. They're not passing the ball.
Yeah, they're not going to pass the ball to any of the supporting cast who helped them get there. So Ime Udoka had to do it where he has to have a defense where, number one, they're going to double team Kyrie late in the shot clock. And Jason Tatum did a good job on Kevin Durant as far as staying with him, because you can get lost in what Kyrie's doing and try to be able to try to get something from Kyrie or try to triple team him. But I'm happy that Jason Tatum stayed with Kevin Durant. And when Kevin Durant got the ball, Jason Tatum was already there. And I'm sorry, we have to respect Jason Tatum and his defense. I really think like that has really improved. The way he's been playing defense, the way Ime has Jason Tatum playing defense.
He's been a good defender, though.
It's really a good thing to see. And Jaylen Brown, another thing is, we talked about Jaylen Brown. Yes, he struggled this game. He could be the one to lose the series. But this game, especially the plays that he did, the last couple plays he did, as far as like in the end of the game, like he made some good, timely plays, and we have to give respect where it's respect due. One thing I had about Jaylen Brown is if he's not making shots, Jaylen Brown really is ineffective. He doesn't really want to do nothing. He gets lazy. But the fact that, as far as the winning streak that we had as part of the second half of the season, I seen that when Jaylen Brown doesn't even make his shots, he's playing defense. I mean, yes, he's still going to get messed up backdoor, because I think it was another instance where Gordon Dragic had that open three that Jaylen Brown got lost with connection. But I mean, those are some things that you see that's messed up. But overall, like, I've seen an improved Jaylen Brown as far as being able to play some defense, being able to make the hustle plays, the hustle blocks going forward. You know what I'm saying? And he had 4 steals. This game. So seeing Jaylen Brown be able to take that next step as far as doing other things around, doing something what a second star would do, is things that I really like the improvement to see with Jaylen Brown. This series is the best series in the playoffs, and I don't care what nobody says. At the end of the day, nobody's not watching anything else but the Nets and Celtics, maybe the Wolves and Grizzlies, but the Nets and Celtics are like a star type of series. So this is going to be a great series. I know that we're not going to come in and just beat them 4-0, because I know that KD and Kyrie are going to do what they got to do to not let that happen. But I can't wait. Keep on talking. For this go game 7. I might have to take a little trip to Boston. We might have to do our podcast there. So
I'm ready to see it. I mean, this still like kind of what G said. There's so many different takes you could have. If you're an optimistic fan, what you can do. If you're a pessimistic fan, what you can do. I just would love to see another close game, what Boston does, because I still need to see them close the game. Like, that was a heck of a play by Marcus Smart, but in the day, it was just a pass and a layup. Like, we're kind of overthinking the game. It wasn't the game in shot. It was just a layup. Great play, not a closing act. So I still need to see if Boston can close in the playoffs. I need to see Jason Tatum ISO and him make the shot in the clutch time, which we know he can do. He has the size, a shot, but you can do a lot of things. I need to see it be done, especially against his former teammate, who we know somebody he looks up to, in Kyrie Irving. And Kevin Durant, somebody he said that he's copied a lot of his game. It's a lot of pressure, and now it probably have to be on the road. It's gonna be. I think that's gonna be tough to see, because we see the Nets have 2 closers that we're comfortable with. I was telling y'all before the game, I saw Collins say that best. Celtics, they got 1 closer, but we don't even know Brown in the playoffs closing is not what the Celtics want to happen. So if Tatum can't do it for some reason, if you have to go to Brown or Horford, that can get a little dicey.
And I think Ime has one thing I don't like. One thing I do have problems as far as late game situations with Ime. I think that he has a lot of improvement in that department to be able to improve upon. But one thing I could say is that I'm happy they didn't call the timeout, to be honest. I think that if they called that timeout, it would have been more of they knew Jason Tatum would get the ball or Jaylen Brown. And I really like the free flow. Like that last possession was more of trusting them to be able to trust their own players. Like Marcus Smart could have took that 3-point shot, but he didn't.
Thank God.
He had a pump fake. Jaylen Brown could have forced the issue, probably did a spin move in the double team to see if he can probably make it or try to get a foul, but he didn't. And I like the last part situation, because it really gave the opportunity to see how much do you trust your teammates as far as, the little bit of seconds left in the playoff time. Set up me getting the offense set up, and y'all can be able to do what you got to do. Because really, if Ime called that timeout, boom, they came out of timeout, it'd either be a Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown ISO. It would have been a lot easier to guard than them passing it around. Now you're scrambling. You don't know what's going on. Like seeing KD ball watch was just a perfect reason in the fact that KD probably could have assumed that Marcus Smart was gonna take that shot. But the fact that Marcus Smart punk fake came up and Jason Tatum moved around, like the players moved around, that's what makes us more dangerous than us just trying to do these 2 ISOs with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown trying to end the game. I think that that's just not it. We've done that before. I've seen that all season, beginning of the season. It just did not work. But Ime not calling the timeout, I think that was the best thing to happen for us as far as our team.
G.
Yeah, I think Tatum's defense shout out to him. Like his defense really changed the game. Shout out to Ime for not calling that timeout. Shout out to playing to the horn sounds too. That's been my issue with the Nets all year. They're like a one miss, we're not playing no more. Like they don't play all the way to a final whistle. But like I said, game 2 is gonna be fun, but even if the Nets lose, is game 2 really a must win for the Nets?
Well, it's not a must win, it's on the road.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's like I think they're playing with house money. I think that I'll go out on a limb and say it. The Nets are more confident in going into Boston and beating them than y'all are going into Brooklyn and beating them.
You know what's crazy? I really have confidence in us going to Brooklyn and beating y'all because I think that I don't know what it is, but we've been playing good at home lately, and I not home but away lately. And Ime likes away games. He loves away games. The Celtics really play very good as far as away games. So like for me, my prediction was I really think that Brooklyn was going to get one of these games in Boston. That's my prediction. I think that Brooklyn's gonna get one of these games in Boston, and we're gonna get one of those games in Brooklyn. And I think that we're gonna be able to go out for the rest of the way as far as the last 2 and be able to win 6 games. But I really have confidence in us going to Brooklyn. I don't really have any problem with the Celtics as far as this year's Celtics, as far as them going away and being able to perform to the best of their abilities. I really think they play better in away games than they play at home, to be honest.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see the road atmosphere. Plus, I mean, Udoka did used to coach the Nets. I mean, but he was the defensive coordinator basically for them, right? G. So he should be comfortable with the at the Barclays Center. That should be interesting. A little homecoming. We saw Kyrie, with a little middle finger antics, a little SMD to the fans. I loved every second of it. I like Kyrie said, I don't give a rip. Like he was going hard. Seemed like the fans were into it. I think they got their money's worth. Any final remarks?
I love this series. I get to go my Celtics. I want to make sure everybody understands this is going to be here. I'm wearing my Jason Tatum jersey to next game, so make sure y'all stay tuned for that. But I just want to make sure my Boston Celtics are here to stay. We're not playing with y'all. We're not playing with nobody. We coming here to do some work. This is business trip.
Business trip, G.
Well, this is gonna be a short business trip because they about to go home, buddy. They're gonna hate Malcolm's gonna hate the color black after this series.
No more black shirts.
Hey,
I think I've been used to that from last year. So.
Well, all right. Again, thanks everybody for tuning in. If you're on the Apple or Spotify, y'all been getting a little more views in there. We're looking to bring some else different to that platform for next month. Just stay tuned for that on the YouTube. Keep subscribing and sharing. Malcolm. What happened to this man?
Malcolm glitch?
Yeah, well, Malcolm would have said something like follow us on Twitter or Instagram at Malc and Ron Show, but clearly, this man's on the road. He lagged out, G. So we're gonna have just an episode without him. And again, hopefully that's a sign of the tell for what's gonna happen to this Boston Celtics. Hopefully they lag out. All right, talk to y'all later. All right.